Hello! It's Sonic time! It's LGBT Sonic time! And it's time to make good on a generous donation by one Pansy Zombie. Is the music too loud? It looks kinda loud. Hold on. So yeah, this was a plan I had in the works way back when. I was going to do a whole bunch of Sonic stuff. I meet the goal for Sonic Forces and then got a little bit further. So I felt like I had to at least do this. I actually specifically got this game to stream, and so it's just been sitting in its packaging for literally years, I guess, now that I think about it. It's pretty quiet. Oh, okay. I'll turn it back up. So yeah, here we go, Sonic Colors Ultimate, the game where Sonic finally found his footing in 3D, according to Sega. So yeah, hello Pansy Zombie, hello Joy-Con Girl, how's it going? And also, thank you Captain Von Beef Dip and Dragoth Schur for following. To Wisp power? So, like... Oh, wait, hold on. Pansy Zombie, thank you for resubscribing. My favorite Wisp power... So, like... There's, like, 3 categories for this, because there's obviously colors here. There's the new one that they added for Ultimate. There's the weird different ones for Lost World. And then there's Forces, and in my opinion, Forces has the best wisps. Like, I think it's Void in Forces that you can literally just point in a direction and teleport, and you just keep going until you hit a solid object. And I think that's really fun. I've always had an affinity just for like the lightning type stuff too, like the lightning whip in Forces, like the regular Ivory thing. It's kind of a boring answer, but I do like Laser, too. Laser's just kind of cool. Force does the best drill. That's true. Okay, that actually might be my favorite, because it's just really fun. So yeah, you get right into the gameplay with this one, which is something that people call a return to tradition, return to form for... Sonic, but like, if that's the case, then does that mean that... Oh, boots on circle? What? This is some Kingdom Hearts 3 Riku controls. Hold on. But yeah, people said this is how classic games. Sonic finally returns to his roots, and just get straight to the gameplay. No story. And the thing is, like, Sonic and 3 Knuckles starts with a cutscene. Like, the last true Sonic game, I guess, is Sonic 2. Control scheme deviation. Yeah, no, this is just incorrect. Like, why is it like this? Oh, they were right about no story? Yeah. Yeah, no, this is from the time when people were saying that Sonic really needs to just be Mario. Got park tokens. Yeah, so this game, this version of the game changes up some stuff. For one thing, lives are gone. And since people were saying, oh man, they casualized Sonic Colors, a game where nobody on Earth has seen the game over screen, because it's literally just a, like, 2000s website gradient. And with the narrators or the announcers saying game over. Cannot wait for Shadow Generations. Yeah, no, that's going to be really good. Oh, thank you Azimuth for following. Yeah, no, Shadow Generations is going to be really, really cool because it's going to be Sonic Generations again, but this time they're allowed to talk and acknowledge the fact that there is history. And we're going to get to have Shadow, like, say, like, oh, Yeah, of course. Why would I not know about the Jizoids?
Spend park tokens in the options satellite on customization and extras.
But yeah, instead of lives, you have Tails rescue tokens, and then you also have these park tokens you can use to get like cosmetics and some stuff. There's also like a Metal Sonic race mode that's pretty minor as far as I'm aware. Shadow Race has the potential to be as peak as Frontiers. I'm so excited. It honestly, I feel like it has more than enough potential to surpass Frontiers because it has level themes. Like, that was like the one thing that Frontiers had going against it, was that there was one new level theme, and none of the level themes really connected to the story or anything else. This has Generation style, like, lavishly recreated classic stages. So, like, add to the fact that they have some like real budget going into the actual scenes. You have like, this is like a really minor thing, but in like the Space Colony arc level they showed, there's like a QTE that you do, and then after it ends, Shadow does like this really smooth roll that goes straight back into gameplay, and like, they've never done that with Sonic. Like, that's like the like extra budget that they got after Frontiers did well is already starting to show, I think. Oh, hold on.
Pass through this checkpoint and you'll be able to reset.
Oh, okay, good to know. So they actually got Tails' old voice actor back to do some stuff for this. Like, it's a really, like, I feel like it might have just been that they didn't want to redub everything with Tails' new voice actress, but who knows? We just went by a capsule there, and one thing I do dislike about this game is, like, because you have to wait for the wisps to unlock to get most of the access to level, I just haven't really explored these levels like I have other Boost games. Like, I don't know, it's something that really isn't a big deal and shouldn't bother me. It doesn't bother me in a lot of other games, but like, it takes so long to get to like just the main meat of the game because of that. And there's a lot of like side paths and stuff in this that I just like don't remember because I don't feel compelled to come back and get every single red ring. So I don't know what it's actually called, but this game also adds like a rainbow homing attack. Oh, I missed it. There's like a timing element now with your homing attack. And if you do it right, then you get some boost, which is good because this game has a very strict boost economy, actually. You can only get a boost gauge from white wisps. Cloud K9, how's it going? Sonic 3 is about to make them even more Sonic money. Oh, yeah. Oh, whoops. Gotta break these. Yeah, no, the Sonic 3 movie is going to make them bank, too. I really hope that the Mario movie has awakened the ability for actual, like, video game music and stuff to be in things. Like, say what you will about it, but they actually had a bunch of really good remixes of Mario music, and that's how all video game adaptations should be, because they have good music usually. Wait, hold on, is that something? Nah. Foolishly, I'm looking for secrets when I have no wisps. Something I wish they changed. Like, people have some issues with like the graphical changes and stuff in this. One thing I really wish they had changed was the volume on the Eggman PA announcements, because like, I'm not a huge fan of this game's writing overall. Like, it's bizarre that a story this simple has like holes in it. Like that's weird. But the PA announcements are really fun. Like they're solid. By the way. Oh, that was too fast. Shoot. See, like, this would be a really great time to showcase the Laser Wisp, but oh well, I guess. Oh yeah, Skin doesn't have camera controls because it's a Wii game. If I look through this game through the lens that came out in 2010, people probably thought a Whisper first level scared people. I don't know, maybe. Like, it was a very casual era, but like, even Mario wasn't doing that. And Nintendo was very, very afraid of letting people have any kind of agency in their games then. And like, very afraid of people, of like the most casual audiences not knowing how to do things like move. There was that one musician who said they weren't using Live and Learn for anything. I mean, that's incorrect because they've used Live and Learn in the trailers. Like, if they're using that to tease people, that sucks, but they have already at least literally used it. I'd hope that they're using it for something cool in the movie. We could hear Eggman, yeah. The rail is forcing you to go along 0 to 10 game. It's true, they really lost their way. The rail grinding is supposed to be arbitrarily bad. You want to call it to be a soft reboot to the series? Oh, absolutely. Yeah, though this came from a time that we are only just now getting out of, where they were just mortified of acknowledging the history of the Sonic franchise. Like there have been so many soft reboots at this point, honestly. Like Sonic 06 was meant to be that, and like Unleashed was also like them trying to be their big return to form, and then this is also like, okay, we're gonna go back to the basics. We're gonna go back to when it was just all about Sonic fighting Eggman. That's what people really like about Sonic. So, and like, yeah, now we're just getting back into, okay, we're gonna acknowledge history, and that's now apparently a bad thing because they acknowledged certain things, and that means it's exactly like Family Guy. Color says that they want it to be a first game. Absolutely, yeah, for sure. So something that sucks about this collection, the cutscenes aren't real time. They're upscaled Wii cutscenes, so they're very jaggy and melting a little bit.
No doubt, but now I'm not sure why we're here. This place looks totally harmless.
There is actually a mod for this game, which I don't know much about. I can't remember. I think it's called Sonic Recolored, and they do actually put these in engine, and they look nice.
It would be pretty hard to miss it.
Because yeah, you can even see like the Wii shading here is not great. Also, yeah, the game's lighting is completely different now, and that's just because the way that the Wii handles lighting doesn't translate to modern systems. Like, I'm sure with effort they could make it look exactly like it did on the Wii, but it's definitely simpler to just
I wouldn't say it
plop that into a new engine.
Hello, happy people. Buckle up as Eggman's ultra-accelerating space elevator whisks you to an interplanetary wonderland of fun.
Don't really know why Ultimate is so disliked. There's... So, like, Ultimate launched Buggy, and it pre-launched Buggier. People got early access to it before there was a day one patch. And then it also got even muddier because people emulated it on a Switch emulator, and that introduced new bugs that people then attributed to the port. Like, the big thing was, and this has been patched since, there was a memory leak on the Switch version if you went back and forth between worlds too much. But yeah, they've more or less dealt with it. The really frustrating thing about trying to keep up with what the problems with this is the people who were covering it best were really annoying, nitpicky people who would be like, so you see in this level, Sonic is supposed to start on the grind rail, but instead he starts slightly above the grind rail and then lands on the grind rail and nothing changes except, I guess, you lose a couple frames. I don't know. It was exhausting to get through in order to get to the parts of like, oh yeah, they fixed this like serious graphical bug that makes it hard to play the game or something like that. To Aaron Hansen complain about lack of bugs. Yeah, it's a little bit irresponsible to try and play a game that could potentially have seizure-inducing bugs and, you know, try to intentionally trigger them. And the fact that he failed and was disappointed is funny and kind of just desserts. I am kind of worried because there was a PS5 firmware update that messed up the graphics for a bunch of games like Final Fantasy 16, so I was thinking we might get a retread of that, but luckily seems to be fine so far. I remember a criticism for this game back in the day. People say it was annoying how you had to beat all the levels instead of being able to skip some of them. Oh, they didn't change the quick step thing? That sucks.
Dodge obstacles.
Yeah, that's annoying. 'Cause that's how it was in the Wii version, obviously, but we have triggers now. We can just use L and R. Oh, I missed the thing. Darn. This is what I mean. I really don't have the... whoops. I don't have these internalized very well, because it's just... I don't know. I'm not super compelled by these levels. I think that Sonic Colors has some pretty weak levels overall. Nah, weak's a bit dramatic.
In laser form, prisms and optical cable open up new routes.
Yeah, like, in my opinion, Forces has a better selection of levels than Colors does. Colors has a lot of clunky 2D platforming and weird gimmick stages, and just it's not bad to play in the moment, but oh right. I need to change the control. Circle to boost is going to mess with me. Yeah, I mean, I also see, though, why people prefer this to something like Forces, because it absolutely has a much, much, much better aesthetic. Like, this is the last time we've really got full-on new levels in Sonic. I guess until Sonic Superstars, arguably. Yeah, that's why there's a bit of an issue with saying that this is when Sonic found his footing in 3D, because so much of it is 2D. And like, also a lot of it is these Wisp gimmicks too.
Also hit the crowd for a stomp attack.
Like, one of the reasons I mentioned earlier that I think that, whoops. Forces has the better Wisps. A big part of that is that you just use them in Forces. You just press the button, they come out and they do their thing, versus the stop and start that you have in this. I'm not used to having this much boost in Sonic Colors. But this is a really substantial change.
Nothing to land on down there.
I feel like they added some 10 rings to this. body as a weapon. Good to know. Chat, there's nothing to land on down there. It's true. Watch out. Speaking of Sonic and Shadow Generations, something I do kind of worry about is going back to the old boost games after Frontiers was so good. Like, those boost mechanics are so much more fun. The open level design where there's no barriers and stuff to worry about is so good. And going back to that, I really don't think it's going to do Generations any favors, which is a shame because Generations is so good. The secret route. Played Sonic Generations and it's still as good as ever. I mean, yeah, the levels are great. The theming is all really solid. It's just a matter of, like, Frontiers was really good. Like, if they took Generations as is and just put the Frontiers physics in, it would break some stuff, but also it would be really, really fun. As proven by the fact that Frontiers has literal Generations levels in it, and they're way more fun in my opinion because they cut up the 2D parts and you can just freeform boost wherever. Biggest twist they could pull is by the way, Sonic now controls like Frontiers. Good news! There is a new control scheme that's the default, which is based on Frontiers. You even have the drop dash now in Generations. They tricked me. For a second I thought I was going to have a nice 3D level, but it just swaps immediately. Nope. Nice try. Jump power activate. No! Oh, okay. Yeah, no, this is the thing. There are no levels like this in Frontiers. Or Forces, I mean. That's why I think that Forces edges it out. So one really good addition, actually, you might have noticed there's a fuse that goes out on the bottom of the screen now. Before, you just had no idea when you'd run out of time to break the score open and get extra lives and stuff. So it's nice that they fixed that. Well, I guess not fixed, but made it better. I wonder what the drop dash can do for speed strats. So there is something kind of weird about it, which is that you have to use the drop dash after the air dash. So you have to jump, air dash, and then drop dash, which I feel like is going to make it just clunky enough to not really do much good. I really would love it if they put the spin dash, even if they just put the spin dash in as a new skill from the skill shop. That would be nice, because that is so much fun. It is strange, but what I wonder is if that's only the case in the classic controls, where you press B to boost, because it might just be a problem with button real estate. And maybe in the default controls, you can do air dash with something else, like square maybe.
We need to find Eggman and figure out how catching these aliens fits into whatever heinous plan he's hatching.
And wreck that plan, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much how we spend our time.
So yeah, also, I guess worth talking about, this is the game where they introduced the Happy Tree Friends writers for Sonic, and they would stick around up until Forces, and then Ian Flynn took over with Frontiers. Some people like them. That's where I'll leave it. They seem like nice people, honestly, but I don't think that the writing they provided for the games was particularly strong.
Changing the ghost form with the
Yeah, something I guess is kind of a shame. No actual introduction for the Jade Wisp. It's the new Wisp they added for this version. There's an animated short. There we go. That's the word. You can watch that and see how the Jade Wisp, I guess, shows up. It's cute, and also I think a really good example of how adaptive a writer Ian Flynn is, because it matches the tone of colors really well, but I think it's also much better written, if I'm honest. Wow, this is actually a lot more involved than all the other Wisps. Alright, do I just go down there? I am curious how it works, honestly. Because obviously the old levels weren't, they weren't made with these in mind, so there has to be new stuff. Alright, well that was kind of a waste. So honestly, square to crouch does feel good, but it's incorrect. That's not right. No, whoa, okay. Where do I gotta aim? Kind of a weird camera angle, but I think I can. There we go. Yeah, this game definitely wins out in spectacle compared to most other games. Oh, geez. For a while. Like. I think it's safe to say that Frontiers probably maybe beats it a little bit, but, you know. Yeah, it's Uni Marvin, how's it going? Laser Maximum Drive. I mean, not to spoil it, but we are going to get a Final Color Blaster eventually. Colors is fun. It's like a Saturday morning cartoon. I don't think it's as well written as like a good Saturday morning cartoon. It just kind of passed by in the moment. But this game starts a thing that I don't really like with Tales that they started writing him as, which is just kind of a lazy thing that's used for cynical characters in fiction in general. And it always bugs me, where it'll be like, being like intelligent or skeptical means just doubting everything regardless of evidence, which is not intelligent. So like an example of this that for some reason really sticks with me is in Lightning Returns, the third Final Fantasy 13 game. There's a side quest you can do where someone says like, I think I saw a talking chocobo or something like that, and Lightning's like, I find that hard to believe. And it's like, at this point in the trilogy, like you're literally on a mission from God to save people's souls using your magical savior powers, but this is too much. This is a bridge too far for you. But yeah, never really liked that direction for the character. Was Colors the first Roger Craig Smith game? Yes. However, people first discovered his voice through some like ride or something. I can't remember exactly the context, but I remember people were really down on it because he was just like, whoa, we're going really fast, guys, or something like that. But yeah, I remember people were pretty positive on it at first. I personally, Roger's not my favorite Sonic. He's a good actor. He's a really good actor. Like he plays like Ezio in Assassin's Creed. He's really great there. I just don't think he sounds cartoony enough. Like, I really like Jason Griffith and Ryan Drummond because they both have a very, like, I mean, Jason Griffith literally starts off sounding like Bugs Bunny. But like that's the thing. Like, that's kind of the space that I feel like Sonic should exist in. He shouldn't just kind of sound like a 20-something-year-old. So something that might not be coming through. I'm not sure how loud the audio is for you guys, but this version of the game adds new remixes. They can be hit or miss, but the thing is, what they're really doing is they've made it so that every world has 6 acts and 3 songs, and what they've done is they've made it so that every world has 6 songs now. They added 3 new remixes, and so each world has a different composer who handles the remixes, and that's what I think leads to the kind of the mixed quality. But yeah, so like out of all of them, definitely the one who has the easiest win. They got Jun Senoue to do the boss themes, and so they just have these awesome guitar licks to them now. So they're all just really, really good. So he has an easy win. He's the best one for sure. Besides that, like, so sometimes they sound like not different at all, and sometimes they sound too different. Like there's I think Aquarium Park is done by Tomoya Otani, who did the entire original soundtrack, and it barely sounds different to my ear. The blinking red light over the death pit is annoying. Yeah, it's definitely not as elegant as just having it be part of the level like in other games, but I guess they had to retroactively put it in. Just add a single line of voice dialogue, classic Sonic by Jaleel White. I guess. I'm sure he'd be down for it. I don't know. I'm not a Jaleel White truther. Like, I didn't really have access to those cartoons as a kid. The first time I had any real access to Sonic cartoons was when they started stocking DVDs at Blockbuster of Sonic X. And then there was like a brief window where they had, I think, VHSs of Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, and that's about it. So I don't have a whole lot of attachment to that. And I like I said, I've got Jason Griffith instead. Especially because they switched to Jason right when I was starting to really get into Sonic. Like, I got into Sonic with Sonic Heroes and Sonic and Knuckles, and then Shadow the Hedgehog comes out like right after. Sonic's going to use extreme memory to summon Prism Bicker to stop Eggman from disturbing the Gaia memories. This is so over my head. I'm sorry.
23, 24, 25. Ah, not nearly enough aliens.
Want us to get more?
No, I want you to get me a cheeseburger and a shake. That'll be easier. Cheeseburgers don't run as fast as them little alien varmints. Idiot.
So I guess also, yeah, this is the start of a new cast in general. You don't get to hear almost any of them in this game because they just have Tails, Eggman, and Sonic. But the DS version does have an extended cast to it, and you can hear all their new voices in half-second voice clips.
Precious little aliens. I'll harness their hyper-go-on power, and then nothing will.
But yeah, Eggman specifically did keep his old voice actor. Like, he just got to stick around.
What? Sonic!
Who you calling nothing?
He means since the boss said nothing will stop me, and Sonic here is going to stop him, it's like the boss was calling Sonic nothing.
See, imagine if this scene had just ended like
Get that.
10 seconds ago.
So smart, robot. You take
What if he just said, "Who are you calling nothing?" and then we had a boss fight? Wouldn't that be nice? Instead of explaining the joke very slowly,
hasta la vista.
and Sonic saying, "Wow, I'm so clever. I'm glad someone got my clever joke."
Guess it's time for me to start stopping.
I get it.
Alright, so if I want to win, I just have to get a wisp and then fire at the middle, and then it'll be dead. I did it. I beat the boss. I really am curious what they want you to do with all these rings when you beat a boss, because normally in the other boost games, your boost attracts them in, so you can actually get a bunch, but you really can't in this game. And like, it doesn't mean anything either. Your rings aren't like your currency or something. Like, no, that's the Sonic Colors curse. The lives just taunting you. They're right there.
Tighten this last bolt. Oh, there you are. Where'd you run off to?
I did a little shopping, grabbed a bite to eat, and trashed a
I'm saying for saying, but boss fights have always been the worst part of Sonic for you. I mean, I feel like platformer bosses in general have kind of a hard time. I feel, honestly, so I didn't really even know it was a hot take, but I think that the Genesis games all have pretty strong, like, boss fights. They're very memorable at the very least, and they're very satisfying. Like, that sound effect that plays when you hit them is really, really good. When you get outside of that, it's a really strange mixed bag almost immediately. Like, Sonic Adventure has hardly any boss fights, and they're all very weird and different. Sonic Adventure 2 is a bit more standardized, but there's still not many.
I think I can figure
Sonic Heroes has like the ones with the big health bars because they have an actual combat system. Shadow the Hedgehog has fights you can win in like milliseconds because you just shoot them a lot with guns.
Yeah, I'll just stick with aliens if that's okay with everybody.
Oh, sure. So anyway, they're either being used for their magical
Shadows are good if you ignore Diablos. Do you mean Diablon? Yeah, it's weird. Like, I've played Shadow the Hedgehog so many times now, and I'm still convinced there is just a trick to Diablon that nobody knows. Because it's weird. Like, there's like, almost all the ingredients are there. You bait him out to attack, it makes his shield go away. Then you attack him. But the thing is, like, it's not enough. You do very, very little damage. It takes forever, and it's kind of risky because the homing attack's a little finicky. Heroes had hordes of enemy fights. I mean, that game, like, what's his face? Iizuka, he had to design like half the levels in that game himself because it was in such a crunched, horrible dev cycle. So, like, having formations of enemies, not the worst sin, all things considered. So, pay attention to that part right there. Because of that, the entire plot of this game has been resolved. Nothing else you do from now on matters. Superstars in Sonic 4 Episode 2 Boss Dre. I'm not. The last time I played Sonic 4 Episode 2, I really came to realize that they waste a lot of time in those fights, and I don't like it. I really think that, like, having tons and tons of seconds of iframes as the fight, like, does what they want it to do is really not a great way to go about things for Sonic levels, or bosses, I mean. Here's the customization. Right, so there's the Rival Rush thing with Metal Sonic. There's so you can get Chaos Emeralds by doing separate, like, multiplayer focused levels. It's nice they actually just tell you all this stuff here, because there was no real way to track it before. Oh, should I get some stuff? Guys, these are not compelling, I don't think. I really wish there was like actual outfits and not just changing the gloves. Give him a little hat or something. Hats are okay. Burst shoes.
Wow, that's awesome. I like that. That looks fancy. Nice. Very cool.
This is cool. I do like the idea of an aura. Dark aura. Tails is very supportive.
Good call.
Yeah, custom boost I think makes a lot of sense.
Whoa, looking good, Sonic.
Oh, this is just my profile thing, isn't it? Yeah. Don't know why you would want that, but... Oh, hey, look! Look at all these characters. They're totally in the game somewhere. Damn, Skies of Arcadia even. Sega needs to hurry up and acknowledge some of this stuff. Yeah, so them just explaining how to unlock Supersonic is nice, because it was unclear before, but I digress. Let's get back to levels. Shadow jump scare. Well, it's the fearless year of Shadow. He's invading all the games.
Next stop, the option.
So, we have an important choice to make here. Depending on which world you clear first, you get alternate cutscenes, which in this version of the game means alternate video files.
Eliminated space fleet.
Yeah, I mean, I'll reserve judgment for how Sega handles their revivals for when they actually show us anything about them. Because you really never know how it's going to be until you actually see it. Like, I don't know, like, there's really not much even definition of what live service is. But also, beyond that, like, we don't know that that's what it's actually going to be. I'm really glad these have been retired. I guess they're going to come back in generations because they have an Unleashed level, but like it's something that people have such a hard time acknowledging as the filler that it is, because you're just running there, especially here where there's literally nothing because it's just like a path that's being formed underneath you. At least there's like an illusion in Unleashed, but like, man, it's just so much padding.
Blue rings.
No, let me up. Let me up. I did it. No! Wait. Ah, can't break it. No! Yeah, a lot of this is just down to it being a Wii game, but I do think Colors also just has worse feel than the other Boost games. The limited control scheme did not help it, and I wish they'd changed that up for this version.
Run into the side of Motobugs to push them out of the way.
And also get a massive quick step bonus. Yeah, no, I'm sorry, this is not as compelling as a Sonic Forces level. I don't care if it's a short level, at least it's a level. Come on, step it up, as Sonic says. Uh-oh. I feel a cough coming on. But I gotta lock in. Looks like a Kingdom Hearts 2 gummy level at times. You know, you're right. I never made that connection, but you're totally right. No!
Please hold your breath against the harsh vacuum of space until you pass out from oxygen starvation.
Get me out of here. No! Oh my. Surprisingly hard to make turns in this game. Whoops. Sorry, I looked at chat. Hey, we get to see the Tails rescue feature at least. These sequences go on so long, you think you're safe to look at chat, but then they hit you with this. Whoa! I'm getting dizzy! My head's spinning! Bug. Top 10 robot designs? There are some cool robots. I don't know about that. I like Motobugs, but there are a lot. Like, it'd take some time to even list like all the cool robots. I don't know about that. Also, hello, Blastatron. Mecha Sally. I mean, just if you even just go by Eggman robots, metal versions of characters take up a lot of slots. Like, there are a lot of cool metal characters. Like, the Mega Man Archie crossover alone gave us so many through the Roboticized Masters. I remember a criticism of this game's visuals was they took the color out of Sonic Colors. Feels kind of sort of stupid when looking at this. I'm just supposed to do a really precise boost here? Nope, nope, wrong way. Hold on. I earned this. I used my iframes. Oh, I need Spike, of course. Huh, do they make it so you can get out of cube mode faster? That was awkward. And there we're at the end of the level. You never know which one's gonna have a life in it, unfortunately. hold on. What's going on in here? I've always wanted a 2D Sonic game with wall jumping. I mean, some of them have it, don't they? I think at the very least Colors DS does. Does Rush... No, it doesn't have it in Rush. I mean, wall jumping is just kind of a cool ability, honestly. Video games kind of cornered that market. No, I missed it. Nah. Now I have to do this. This does mark the triumphant return of Yellow Springs in Sonic, though. They've been missing for a really long time. I think this is the first time they've appeared in a non-classic game. Oops, that was the wrong button. I've gotta check the settings to see if I can change that, because oh man. At least it waits for me. I wonder if they fixed it in this, because there was a problem with this where if you go too fast, you'll just outpace the spring, and then you just fall to your death. And like, I feel like that's something that should be fixed. No! Ah!
I'm on my way.
There we go. Now we wait. Oh god. Oh god. That was not the right way to go.
Almost made it.
You know what else Sonic 4 doesn't have? Stuff like this. Yes, exactly. No, this is like one of my go-to examples. Because this is like... This is not good. And people say, well, it's just one level, but like... So? Like, the thing is, like, people have also found, like, plenty of evidence to say that the intent with Sonic Colors was to have, like, connected levels, but for one reason or another, probably the Wii U's power level, they couldn't make that happen. They had to split them up into chunks. And, like, as a result, these kinds of levels are probably literally just there to make use of the assets that they had on hand. Oh no!
Oh, Sonic!
Because yeah, like I think the game would definitely be better if the parts that seem like they're meant to be connected were actually connected. Oh, that's nice. It kept the red ring collected for me. God, the way that it jerks around when it starts to move really, really throws me off. Like, look, I'll probably do it again here. Yeah, look at that. That's so anxiety-inducing. No! Oh, that was the wrong button. Hold on, can I... Do I have settings here? No. Okay, well, I've got to change this. I have way too much muscle memory of Boost being not on circle. Like, I don't know why they got Riku to choose the button layout here. Don't remind me? I mean, I hope I'm looking when that happens. That's the important part. It's also funny that Sonic Forces has the first ever fully 3D boost level. Like, it's weird that it took that long. Oh, get me out of here. Oh. There we go. It all worked out. Yeah, Mortar Canyons is just a fully 3D level. And it's really fun too, because you can just air boost like crazy over it. And not just in the sense of like, oh, you can skip the level design. Like, you have to really know what you're doing to make the most out of it. Mortar Canyon enjoyer? Nice. I'm glad to have a like-minded individual in chat. A genius, if you will. Alright. I'm gonna just go ahead and take a 5-minute break and see if I can change my control set. Set up. There we go. Words.